G'day and welcome. You have stumbled across the channel of Matastic. And I hope you punched a Bundy, because I sure have. Let me just put these in, because it's easier that way. Now this may be a longer episode, depending on how much record time I've got left. The music just cut out, didn't it? Everything's still going fine. There we go, now that's better. Now I've just gone back into study, so I might be a bit worn out. We'll have to see how things go. I progressed a bit further, just walked along the shoreline a little bit, and I stumbled across one of these places. I gotta remember the hotkeys. Alright, I think I got them. I don't really need the hood on forever, do I? But our first course of action will be to see what we can do about it. Know the truth. Observe the law. Pray at my chapel altar to receive my blessings. Thank you, divine. Divines? What do they call them? The 9 divines. So we've done that. Now, I wanted to go into the Imperial City, which should be just up here, but I'll give it a quick save. I know, we just started, but you cannot be too careful with older games like this. Especially when you're talking about Armless Arry. He's a funny old chap. He actually has arms, but he can barely use them. I've just got to activate all my spells. The only aggressive spell I can seem to use, so it's in the restoration class so far. We're going the right way. Yep. We found the road. Now that I have my glasses off, I can actually see a bit better, but not that it actually makes much of a difference. I may have to wait till it gets a bit darker, but I intend to do a few things this episode, see how far we can get. Wish me luck. Oh yeah, I probably won't be doing many cuts. This is going to be more or less a long play in many episodes, and I'll try to fast travel as little as possible, but sometimes there'll be no avoiding it. It's inevitable, and in that way it just has to be done. And I wonder if I'll get jumped on this bridge or not. That lighting effect is great. Am I talking too much? I don't know. Is this a problem? It might be. I'll just give us some quiet time. But seriously, just look at that. That's lovely. I've always liked Oblivion for its visuals. They've just so relaxing, so good. Let's go for a run. I hope this is not stuttering too much. I'm sorry if it is, but I guess you could just think of it as maybe a game from the 90s if that's the case. Now, I did a little bit of architecture way back in 2013. I dropped out, but some people would have died making that. I wonder if they just got Nords from Skyrim to do that, because they're big and strong. They'd hit me as the more construction type of race. Maybe some orcs. So orcs and Nords. There's the sun in the distance. I mean, just look at it. That's just so pretty. Either way. What time do we have? 6:30 AM. Well, we could go another round of spellcasting. Mysticism increased. You should rest and meditate on what you've learned. Ah, we have leveled up. Did I use it all? I suppose I did. Wait, am I going the right way? Don't mind the partially loaded tree, that's just his vision. Did someone just summon something? Excuse me? Okay, bye then. Go, mate, go.
You're pathetic. I give up.
Come back here, mate. I've never experienced this before. Well, I found an inn. I can go sleep there. Is this normal? Come on, mate. We need assistance.
Murder! You're pathetic.
Thank you. You saved my life. And you. Robe of deflection. Oh. Yes, please. Oh, yes, please. What about this fella? Do we need him alive? I feel sort of sorry for him. So there's our fella. We could use the mage's robe. Or shield 5% on self. I like the look of that one. When I want to be a mage, I can be a mage, but not right now. Just in case I'm not supposed to do anything with him, I'll new save. I'll borrow your shoes. That's better. We can get rid of these now. How do you like my wardrobe so far? It sort of closely resembles what I'm wearing now. I got this robe a few days ago and I've already torn a bit of it and I need it repaired. Now, how do I get to the books? I have never come across that before. Entropic Touch Tome. Do you want to edit this spells list? Yeah, but I'll probably never use it. School of Destruction. Skill, Novice. Range, Touch. Effect, damage health 5 points on touch. It's a nice one to learn, but I'm not going into the School of Destruction, so that'll be one for my library. I'm keeping hold of these books. Deed the Frost Crag Spire. Time for a bit of reading. I just love how the way they present their UI. Their UI. This document is to inform the bearer that the last known owner of the property, known as Frostcrag Spire, has been declared deceased. We mourn their loss. And the bearer has been listed as the sole heir and successor to the deceased's ownership of said property. The bearer has full ownership rights to all of the structures, flora, and land within the property borders as defined in the Cyrodiil Construction Charter. The bearer is responsible for all matters pertaining to or occurring on said property. This document also empowers the bearer transfer rights to reassign the property as he sees fit. The bearer may amend this document to rename the manor by submitting the proper forms and payments to the Cyrodiil Construction Charter, and by filing duplicate forms with the document's division of the Imperial City Archives. Imperial City Archives? I didn't know there was such a thing. I've played this game a lot. I don't want to read the bloodstained note. That frightens me a bit. I'm saving a lot, but I need to. Oh, I should have left that save. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. If anybody asked, they fell over. It'll be between you, me, the other fella that's dead, and the guard. Now, where's the inn? I need to sleep for a few hours. What time do we have? 8:02. Well, I could sleep at Joffrey's Chapel. Or I could sleep until it's more daytime. Don't mind me, officer. Can I take these flowers? Now time to see if I can make something. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm not going to take from the buckets. We're going to sleep during the day as well. Ooh, it's an empty inn.
So, what brings you here today?
I would like a room. Wait a minute. No, I need that guy. I'm going to have to use some I'll just have to use this of it. Because I'm sure he's important to something else that I need to do later.
Hello.
Hello. I brought you back from the dead, aren't you grateful? He walked right past me and he never knew what I did. He doesn't know the fact that I brought him back from the dead. I'm not sure if there's a spell that can do that. But I think I need him. So... just have to slip that in.
So, what brings you here today?
Just pretend the 9 Divines said so, gave me the right to do so. And we'll be fine.
Welcome to the Walnut Inn. Could I interest you in a room or perhaps a bit of wine?
Actually, I would like to see what you
A
sell.
little food and drink will do you some good.
I've got 88 coin.
A fine...
35. Yeah, that's enough meat.
I let that...
Get all the cheap stuff.
I let that... Pleasure doing. You're a fine... I let that go too cheaply.
Oh. It's automatic. I assume that would go up at some point.
I wouldn't make that deal with just anybody.
Wait a second. Let's try that.
I let that go. That's a good deal.
Now, ale. 8 for 24, sure thing. Now, I don't think I'll ever get around to wanting to drink that. So... I'll sell that. That should be enough for now.
Thank you for your bit.
I skipped the speech. What rumors?
Everyone's talking about the assassination, of course. Here, take my copy of the new Black Horse Courier. Go ahead, keep it.
Okay, she seems a bit stressed out, so I think we'll leave her with that. I just want... No. I said I would... Never mind. I know what I'm doing.
Have a fine journey and keep yourself safe.
Actually, I don't need the Imperial City. You have no chairs. I guess we'll just read it on the stairs. Assassination. Special edition. Emperor and heirs assassinated. Just have to fix up the hood. Elder Council named as regents. Emperor Eurosepton VII is dead at the age of 87, having ruled Tamriel for 65 years. He was killed by assassins unknown. Yep. At the same time, in separate locations. The late Emperor's 3 sons and heirs, Crown Prince Galdal 56, Prince Admon 55, Prince Abel 53, were slain by other assassins. An investigation into the identity and motives of the assassins is underway, but the Elder Council, Imperial Guard, and Blade Guard have forbidden the publication of reports and rumors concerning the event until further notice. By ancient precedent, the Elder Council rules the Empire until a new Emperor is crowned. No direct heirs survive, and the Council has proposed no list of candidates. Chancellor Okato, Imperial Battle Mage speaking for the Elder Council, presented an appeal to the Emperor's citizens for calm and asked that the people remember the Emperor, his sons, and the Elder Council in their prayers. Emperor Uriel's early reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The Empress Cola Voria bore him 3 healthy sons. They're not very healthy now. Was a loving companion to the Emperor and a great favorite of the people. However, the Emperor and the Empire suffered terribly during the Imperial Simulacrum 3E389 to 399 of Third Era. When he was held captive in Oblivion, while the usurper Jagathan assumed these appearance and ruled in his stead, Emperor Uriel was finally rescued and restored, and the impostor defeated by the agency of the sorceress Rhea Salmain and her shadowy protege. But the affairs of the Empire were in great disorder, and Empress Calavoria, exhausted by her ordeal, withdrew from public life. The decades following the Restoration were once again peaceful and prosperous, but increasing political tensions among the petty states of northwest Tamriel finally erupted into wars of the Iliac phase, resulting in the establishment of the modern borders of Daggerfall, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium. That's right. And culminating with the remarkable events associated with the warp in the west. I've heard of that. The latter years of the Emperor's reign have seen a flourishing of imperial influence in the provinces, and with the fortunate resolution of the religious wars and the Vardenfell crisis, and with the wise and firm guidance of King Helzeth and his mother, Queen Berenzia. So that's where that name comes from. Or am I thinking of a different one? An extension of high imperial culture even into the more remote parts of Morrowind. The Emperor's murder and the murder of his 3 sons is a terrible crime and a great tragedy for the Empire. Battle Mage Okato assures us that all the resources of the Council, the Elder Council, the Legions, the Guard, the Arcane University, and the Imperial Battle College are being employed to bring the assassins to justice. But in the meantime, the greatest tribute we citizens can offer to the memory of our beloved Emperor is to go earnestly and diligently about our daily lives, daily affairs, honoring the life of the great Empire he loved so much and served so faithfully for so long. Thus ends this scroll. I just love the layout of how they'd write it. I should find a place to sell those. Now that I've read that, I'm going to save. Don't worry, he's alright now. We don't need to worry about the save files. But now I've got 3. Look at that candle. I know it's just, yeah, it's back in 2006, but it still looks really nice. But now off to Joffrey's house. Or the Priory. Ooh, butterfly. It's just little things like that. That's so nice. The brickwork here and all the stuff going on. It might be low res, but, you know, low texture, even though I've got it at maximum. I'm not going to touch those barrels. I'm too concerned about it. But it's just so... Oh, we could actually just run there. Alright, off we go. Just getting magic going. Which one's the quickest? Now I've got magic that can upgrade. Oh. Yeah. Never mind. I think I'm going to avoid the castle. Less fast travel. I'm still not confident that we're at the state where we can do anything yet. Nice tree. I wonder if this stacks it. And I don't know why I did that. I've arrived at Waynon Priory. Now I must take the Amulet of Kings to Joffrey. Hello. Hello. That's a nice well. Don't mind me. Joffrey. Stolen goods in your possession are taken from you. Anybody here? I can't read that, unfortunately. Oh, there's more than one bed. That's an owned bed. I can use that bed, but I'll speak to Joffrey first. There's a white robe, but I think I've already got one, so I'm fine. And I'm okay with this, bro. That's a nice trick you got there. I wonder how he does it. Don't worry, I can be a priest too. Ah, there's a table. I can't read any of this.
I'm Brother Joffrey. What do you want?
I can either go, the Emperor sent me to find you. I brought you the Amulet of Kings. I brought you the Amulet of Kings.
This cannot be. No one but the Emperor is permitted to handle the amulet. Let me see it.
Well, about that.
By the Nine! This is the Amulet of Kings.
You see...
Who are you? How did you get this? What do you know of the Emperor's death?
Tell the Emperor's last words. Something. I can't remember them.
As unlikely as your story sounds, I believe you. Only the strange destiny of Uriel Septim could have brought you to me carrying the Amulet of Kings.
Who is the Prince of Destruction or closed shut the jaws of Oblivion? Prince of
The
Destruction.
Prince of Destruction he referred to is none other than Mehrunes Dagon, one of the lords of the demonic world of Oblivion. The Emperor's words, "Close shut the jaws of Oblivion," certainly suggest that he perceived some threat from Oblivion. But all the scholars agree that the mortal world is protected from the Daedra of Oblivion by magical barriers.
You'd think that. But I'd have to hate to be the bearer of bad news, but no, actually, I'll wait for you to see it yourself. How can Oblivion threaten us then? Oh, wise Joffrey.
I'm not sure. Only the emperors truly understand the meaning behind the rituals of coronation. The Amulet of Kings is ancient. Saint Alicia herself received it from the gods. It is a holy relic of great power. When an emperor is crowned, he uses the amulet to light the dragon fires at the Temple of the One in the imperial city. With the emperor dead and no new heir crowned, the dragon fires in the temple will be dark for the first time in centuries. It may be that the dragon fires protected us from a threat that only the emperor was aware of.
Through my experience, I can confirm that is 100% the case. I would go on to say you can be rest assured about that, but there's nothing to be assured about, because I'm not going to be a hero. I'm just going to make it so that the Oblivion gates are open, so that I can get ingredients from them later if I so desire. And it makes things interesting. The Emperor asked me to find his son.
I am one of the few who know of his existence. Many years ago, I served as captain of Uriel's bodyguards, the Blades. One night, Uriel called me into his private chambers. A baby boy lay sleeping in a basket. Uriel told me to deliver him somewhere safe. He never told me anything else about the baby, but I knew it was his son. From time to time, he would ask about the child's progress. Now it seems that this illegitimate son is the heir to the Septim throne, if he yet lives.
Yes. And where can I find him? For this is of great importance.
His name is Martin. He serves Akatosh in the chapel in the city of Kvatch, south of here. You must go to Kvatch and find him at once. If the enemy is aware of his existence, as seems likely, he is in terrible danger. And please, let me know if there's anything you need. My resources here are limited, but I will help in any way I can.
Boris? Elder Council.
The Elder Council rules in the Emperor's absence by ancient tradition. Chancellor Akato heads the Elder Council and is the closest thing the Empire has to a leader right now. But the Blades answer only to the Emperor, of course. We are not an arm of the government.
Boris?
One of the youngest Blades ever to serve in the Emperor's personal guard. I am glad to hear that he survived, but I fear he will take the Emperor's death particularly hard.
He may. Dragonfires?
The coronation of each new emperor is sealed when he uses the Amulet of Kings to light the dragon fires in the Temple of the One. The dragon fires of Akatosh remain lit until the death of the emperor. His successor then lights them anew upon ascending to the throne. With Emperor Uriel dead and no successor crowned, the Temple of the One will be dark for the first time in centuries.
Yep, you mentioned that bit. This Martin chap.
He is a priest in the chapel of Akatosh in Kvatch. He never knew that he was Uriel Septim's son. You need to find him at once and bring him safely back here.
Mehrunes Dagon?
The Daedra Prince of Destruction, an inveterate foe of all mortal races. He was involved with Jagar Tharn's plot against the Empire years ago. It doesn't surprise me to find his hand in the current calamity.
Is that so? Very interesting news from you indeed. how about the Blades, the organization you are a part of?
Yes, Boris told you right. I am the Grand Master of the Blades. We serve the Emperor and the Septim bloodline. Talos is our patron. You wonder to find me here? Discretion is our watchword. Only a few of us have the honor to serve publicly in the Imperial Guard.
How very interesting. What about the Amulet of Kings?
It will be safest here with me. When you return with Martin, we will figure out our next move.
What's this assistance you will provide?
I keep a few things here in my chest to resupply traveling blades. Help yourself to whatever you need.
I still can't read your books. Let's have a sticky beat. Well, I'll take all your potions. Oh, Baron's right. Oh, why can't I get that? We'll have to go to a mage's college. Or a thingo. He's doing it too. But I think we'll leave him alone. Just in case, I don't want to accidentally glitch it. We'll go 8 hours. So we can level up, that is. That's the reason why. Did I drink this yet? Vistas of Magic. Ooh. Lots of agility, but it's not what I'm going for now, is it? No, it's not. You realize that all your life you have been coasting along as if you were in a dream. Suddenly, facing the trials of the last few days, you have come alive. Bear witness to my brilliance. Magic, magic, magic. How magical. How wonderful. How fantastical. It's mystical.
How goes it?
Did you almost crash the game? I'm gonna save again. That was worrisome. Hello, can I talk to you?
Welcome, good citizen. I'm Brother Piner, and this is Wayne Priory, a monastery. Can I help you?
Can I join? Anvil Chapel attack.
Things go from bad to worse nowadays. Priests murdered on the chapel altar. Oh, what next?
I don't know if you should be talking that way, but fine. Order of Talos.
It isn't widely known, but many brothers of the Order of Talos are also members of the Blades.
Intriguing.
Chapter houses of the Order, like Wayne Priory, provide safe houses for traveling blades as well as our more public religious functions. Blades who are too old for the active service often join the Order as lay brothers.
How do I...
We are honored to have Grand Master Joffrey, or Brother Joffrey as he prefers, as a resident here.
How do I just do that? The Blades.
The Blades are closely linked to the Order of Talos. We both serve Talos, of course, and many of our brothers are former Blades. I myself was training as a Blade when I received the call to serve Talos in a different way.
I won't look into that.
Oh, yes, he'll be in the Priory House somewhere.
I already know. What about assistance? What can you provide?
Here, perhaps you will find this useful. One of the books I saved from my blades training. You go into danger. Joffrey didn't tell us any more than that, but know that our prayers go with you.
The Warp in the West. Oh, that would be a good thing to read. Thank you. We will sit in the light to read this book. I've got more block now. Fantastic. Oh dear. This may take a while. Strap yourselves in, fellas. Alright, let's get cracking. Warp in the West, a report compiled by Ulvius Tarot, Blades Archivist. Secret for your eyes only. Let me offer my congratulations to your lordship for your recent appointment as ambassador to the court of Wayrest. Your lordship asked me for a review of existing Blades accounts from 3E417 concerning the warp in the West, and for a summary of the current state of affairs there. Since your lordship was in Blackmar serving in the staff of Admiral Sosorius at the time, you probably know of these events only from imperial proclamations and chapel declarations, which identify this period as the Miracle of Peace. During the Miracle of Peace, according to official accounts, the formerly war-wrecked Iliac Bay region region was transformed overnight from a patchwork of squabbling duchies and petty kingdoms into the peaceful modern counties of Hammerfell, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium. The Miracle of Peace, also known as the Warp in the West, is celebrated as the product of the miraculous interventions of Standar, Mara, and Akstosh to transform this troublesome region into peaceful, well-governed imperial counties. The catastrophic destruction of landscape and property and the large loss of life attending upon this miracle is understood to have been tragic and beyond mortal comprehension. Inasmuch as the account confirms and validates the current borders of these counties and identifies the rulers and boundaries of these counties as ordained by the Nine, the Miracle of Peace serves imperial objectives of peaceful consolidation of ancient petty states and sovereigns into manageable imperial jurisdictions. The other remarkable features of these events: mass disappearances, armies mysteriously transported hundreds of miles or completely annihilated, titanic storms and celestial phenomena, apparent local discontinuities of time, fit comfortably into the notion that these events are part of a vast mysterious divine intervention. However, this is only the public account of these events, and as you may suspect, it conflicts with many other accounts. In short, while this explanation suits imperial policy, it has little historical validity. Your lordship should know that the Blades have concluded there is no plausible historical account of these events, and despairs that a plausible historical account shall ever be produced. The Blades have concluded that a miracle occurred insofar as the events are inexplicable, but the Blades strongly doubt the miracle was of divine origin. There is good reason to believe that the ruling families of the four modern Iliac Bay counties had full warning of the event. There is also some evidence that some of these ruling families may have been directly or indirectly responsible for the event. We do not know the exact sequence of action that produced the event, although we are confident that the Totem artifact was involved, and that a Blades agent was involved in employing that artifact. We unfortunately lost contact with that agent immediately after the event. His report might have gone some way to resolving the contradictory and paradoxical accounts of the event. The Blades have on file a few reports from agents dating from the Warp in the West period. Most of our agents were lost in the initial dislocations, and others were lost in the confusion after the event. I present a few of these reports to give you a general sense of their limitations, including the report of your diplomatic predecessor, Lord Strull. You will have had access to other private and rumored accounts of the period. I believe you will agree that these documents raise more questions than they answer. They definitely put quite a bit of effort into these. The report of Hammerfell, Agent Briarbird. I was on assignment in the Alaka Desert, a few miles south of Bergama, on the 9th of Frostfall. I was encamped as it was still early morning when I felt the ground shake so violently. I was thrown to the ground. Dazed, I was aware of a great roar of a sandstorm, which alarmed me, as I had been on a high dune and had seen nothing like that on the horizon. It was on me before I was even on my knees, burying me and my camp. When I crawled my way out of the sand, I realized that I must make haste and get to Bergama as soon as possible, as all my food and water had been swept away. The sun was just rising as I began. Like I said, when I reached Bergama, it was nightfall. The town was in chaos, filled with the soldiers of Sentinel. The Lord of Bergama's fortress was in ruins. There had been an attack, but no one had seen it. Only the invasion that followed it. The soldiers of Queen Akarithi of Sentinel refused to be interviewed about how they had accomplished this sneak attack, but I came to learn that the whole of northern Hammerfell now belonged to them. Even stranger, I discovered that my walk from sunrise to sundown had not taken me not one day, but two. It was now the 11th day of the month, not the 10th. I had lost a day somewhere, and so apparently had everyone else, except Akarithi's soldiers, who somehow were aware of the correct date. I since have concluded that they had received advanced warning and so were better prepared to deal with the strange confusion of time and dates associated with the war. The report of High Rock Agent Grey Lady. I was at the time of the warp undercover as a witch in the Scaffington Coven of Fergus in central High Rock. In order to give my report, I had volunteered for an expedition to gather supplies which would allow me the freedom to reach my contact. In Camlorn, I was traveling northeast along the foothills of the Rothgarian Mountains On the night of Frostfall, when I felt a great heat behind me, like a fire, I turned, but I regret to say I cannot tell you what I saw. The healers tell me my eyes were burned out of my sockets. I think I must have fallen into a state of semi-consciousness, for I distinctly remember falling as the ground seemed to give way beneath me. Then there was a series of explosions in the distance, to the south, and I heard high whistling noises that were getting louder, coming closer. I had my shield with me and fortunately anticipated that volleys of some sort were falling from the sky. Though I could not see them, I could hear them coming from a distance away, and was able to use my shield to block them from striking me. The assault stopped suddenly, and I could smell smoke. I learned later that most of the forest of Yachan and Phigius had caught fire in an inferno that started further south in Dania and the Ilesen Hills. Fortunately, I kept my bearings and moved north, finally reaching a temple in the wilderness where my wounds were healed as well as they could be. It was there I learned that there had been a three-way clash between Daggerfall, Wayrest and Orsinium, not far from where I had been, and that the land midway between their kingdoms had been decimated. And report. The report of Ambassador Lord Nigon Strale. His Imperial Majesty had sent me on a delicate errand, the details of which I cannot convey in this unsecure report, but my official capacity was to be the Emperor's ambassador to the court of Wayrest. From there, I was to meet with an old friend, Lady Brisinia, who was already in the vicinity, foregoing any attempt at stealth. I was on an Imperial barge sailing westward on the Bielse, the morning of the night of Frostfall. I remember it was a slightly chilly day, but the sky was very blue. We had just passed the delightful riverside village of Candlemas when the captain sounded the alarum. There, in front of us, was a colossal wall of water, at least 30 feet high. It smashed our barge into splinters before any of us had a chance to react. I woke up on the shore, having been rescued by one of my servants, who had miraculously not lost consciousness. He and I, one other man, the only survivors. I thought at first that it was suspiciously similar to what happened to another agent of ours in High Rock. But a short time before, where a freak storm had shipwrecked him in the Iliac Bay near Privateer's Hold, furious and determined to see if similar forces were at work, I began a quick march to Wayrest. The march, however, was not so terribly quick. The villages all along the Bielse were on fire and battles raged between Orcs and Orsinium. And the soldiers of King Eadwire, in the formerly independent Principality of Guavadon, just east of Wayrest. I am an accomplished mage and quite able to defend myself, but it took the better part of the week to make it those few miles to Wayrest. I'm just going to give it a 30-second break. Catch my breath a bit. Alright, that should do it. King Edward and his queen, Brenzire, were celebrating their great victories when I arrived, but by then I had gathered the barest facts of the matter. That simultaneously there were 7 great battles in the Iliac Bay, and no one could describe them at all, only their blood-soaked aftermath. To summarize, on the 9th of Frostfall, there had been 44 independent kingdoms, counties, barons, and dukedoms surrounding the Iliac Bay. If one includes the unconquered territories of the Rotgarian Mountains, the Dragon Tail Mountain, and the High Rock Sea Coast, the Isle of Balfiera, and the Alaka Desert. On the 11th of Frostfall, there were but 4, Daggerfall, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium, and all the points where they met lay in ruins as the armies continued to do battle. I was determined to find the truth from the king, even if I had to be the most undiplomatic diplomat to do so. What is that noise? Must have been an animal walking around. Edward, though a generally jovial sort, had blustered, saying he did not want to give out military secrets. The Queen, ever calm with those unreadable red eyes of hers, told me we do not know. I think it is safe to assume that Berenzire did not tell me everything, but the facts of her story, which I later verified after pointed interviews in Daggerfall, Sentinel, and Oxidium, was that they had learned that a certain powerful ancient weapon was going to be activated. I shan't give the name of it here, out of fear that it would be used against Wayrest and the king. Against Wayrest. The king had attempted to buy it from the young adventurer, who had discovered its whereabouts. Edward believed, as it turns out quite rightly, that other powers in the bay had also attempted to win ownership of this device. What happened then, as Berenzire said, we do not know. The morning of the 9th and the morning of the 11th somehow merged through some sort of warp in the west, and Wayrest found themselves at war. Their land had expanded threefold, but they were under attack by Daggerfall to the west, Orsinium to the east, and Sentinel to the south. There had been no time to understand what had happened, the king said. They had simply reacted, sending their armies to defend their lands against these enemies, whose kingdoms had also gained great territorial advantage. The battles continue on, now months later, as I return to the Imperial City to make my report. What more do I have to say? They are bloody, violent clashes, as is always the case with modern warfare. But I have been to the blackened, desolate no man's land between the 4 remaining kingdoms. No mortal army caused that devastation. I can say that the force that shook the Iliac Bay on the 10th of Frostfall 3E417 was infinitesimally greater than than the power these mighty kingdoms are wielding today. I can say that there were other strange events on that day which kept the kingdoms from breaking free of the Empire, and accomplished likely more besides. And I can say there is nothing left for it, this power, this weapon, in the bay. The warp that it created swallowed it up. And there's the report. current political affairs in the Iliac Bay. Unless this is more of it. Almost 20 years have passed and the region, though transformed, has stabilized. There are no more disputed territories, and the kingdoms of Daggerfall, Wayrest, Sentinel, and Orsinium hold their new borders in relative peace. Wayrest spreads across the eastern coast of the bay, stretching from the land formerly called Anticlair to half of Guavadon. Edwire has passed on to his ancestors, leaving his kingdom in the hands of his daughter, Elisana, or Listener, who has 2 children by her royal consort, and seems likely to hold her father's land. Your lordship may also choose to communicate directly with King Helseth and Queen Berenzire in Mournhold. Their primary preoccupations are of course with Morrowind's affairs, but they may still have useful observations upon Wayrest, ruling families and political environment that may aid you in your understanding of the court of Queen Elisana. King Gortwog of Orinium controls much of the Rothgarian mountains as well as the profitable river coast of the Bulsey. He persists in his demands that Orsinium be recognized as an imperial province separate from High Roth. The Elder Council treats Gortwog as a recognized king and collects taxes directly from Orsinium. But officially Orsinium remains a county of High Roth, though technically it spans both the provinces of High Rock and Hammerfell. Sentinel has gained the most land, sprawling across the entire southern Iliac Bay from Aberbon, Gora. Beyond the Dragontail Mountains, to the edge of Mornoth, Orsinium's territory, Queen Akarithi at her death left her enormous kingdom to her only surviving son, Lotan, who is now surely one of the most powerful kings in Tamriel. Daggerfall is still ruled by the Breton king Gothrid and the Redguard queen One. Their land now encompasses all of western High Rock, from the border they share with Wayrest at Anticlair, to the east to Ycalan, to the north. They have 4 children now, and are much beloved in their realm. If there are other repercussions of the mysterious warp in the west, they have not yet come to our attention in the course of 20 years of observation. That is all. That is the conclusion. So, pretty much speaking there was this big war that's going on and no one really came out winning. I know I was going to read these books, but that was probably the longer books, one of the longer ones. Okay. I guess we'll just look at him there. Let's go to what you call it. Where am I going to? I was just reading for about 15 minutes. Anvil. Sorry if I'm not talking right now much. I've got a bit of gas in the throat. It's making it hard to talk. Let's do some alchemy. So there's a restore. So we don't need that. Let's do this. The power. Oh, man, the power. Can't do that. Carrot, tomato, because they go together. Can't use you. Sorry, mate. Gotta go. Mutton, rat meat. St. John's Nectar Wart. I can't use you with anything. I'm sure if I join the Mages Guild after I save again, because I'm just paranoid about it crashing. Sorry about that. We're going to get you soon. Maybe after becoming the hero of Kavach. Why do we know about you? I'm just gonna fast travel here. Save time. Because we don't have to level up. How quickly does time pass? Does it pass when we talk to that fella? When you talk to people? I wonder. Because the objective is to get Frostcrag Spire in that Battlehorn Castle. The reason for the Battlehorn Castle is so I can have a follower. You know, a bodyguard. Because I want to be a priest and a librarian and all that sort of stuff. We're not really getting that house, no point. Depending on how smooth it looks, that just looks nice right now. I hope it holds steady. Alright, we need to... No, we can wait. I think. Do we have a chair out here? Don't mind me, I'm just casting spells, so I'm not dangerous. We'll visit the graves. I detect life. Nope, you're really dead, mate. You're all dead. He's not dead, but you lot are. You're dead. You're still dead. Hang on. You're dead. Yep, a lot of you. A lot of you are dead. I've got detect life, I should know.
No one who would stand for the knife, the blood
out for vengeance! Vengeance!
Calm your
Who
farm.
will take up this holy crusade? Will no one take up this holy crusade? Will no one walk the ancient pilgrim's way? Who will stand for the 8 and 1? Who will complete Helenol's holy mission of vengeance upon Umaril, the unfeathered? Is there no one who would stand for the 9?
Look, I just want to be a priest so I can do
Tamriel,
magic stuff.
where is your divine crusader in these latter days of petty strife and lesser men? Who will stand for the 8 and 1? Who will complete Helenol's holy mission of vengeance upon Umaril, the unfeathered?
I think it's just repeating.
Look well upon this chapel of Debella. Look at the faces of the dead. This is your future. Evil has returned, and the 9 need a champion. Umaril is returned, as was foretold by the head of Pelennor.
Alright,
to the
I'll talk to
So, another one who has come to listen to the madman's ranting.
No, I think you're the only way I can get into it. But Umaril, go on.
He is the enemy of all who walk free on Tamriel today. A survivor of the ancient race of alien slave masters who once ruled Cyrodiil. He was struck down by Pelennor, but by his art, Umaril had bound himself to the realm of his mistress, the Daedra Lord Meridia.
Maria.
So he was not slain, but simply cast adrift upon the waters of oblivion. Now he has returned to seek vengeance upon the gods who helped bring about his downfall so many ages ago.
About this chapel attack, enlighten me.
This is only the beginning. Umaril has returned, as foretold by Pelennor Whitestrake in his dying breath.
Umaril.
Umaril the Unfeathered, the sorcerer king of the Aliens, who ruled over this land for long ages before the rise of men. He was cast down by Pelennor Whitestrake, but Umaril's spirit survived, and now he has returned to seek vengeance upon the gods.
Could I join then? Who's this hero Pelennor Whitestrake?
Does no one remember the old tales? Saint Pelennor, the divine crusader of legend, Alicia's companion when she overthrew the rule of the Aliens 3,000 years ago. Pelennor, with the aid of the gods, fought the alien sorcerer King Umaril and slew him. But Umaril's spirit survived, and he has now returned.
Alright, tell me who attacked it.
Do you understand nothing?
Apparently not.
The blood speaks. I can read the ancient runes if you cannot. As uibala umarale el nada rakuva. In the alien tongue, by the eternal power of Umaril, the mortal gods shall be cast down. A curse upon Umaril's ancient foes, and a threat.
So how do we stop him?
Alas, Umaril cannot be stopped. Not without the aid of the gods, not without the Crusaders' relics. Without a champion, the gods are powerless to act. But who among us is worthy to wield the divine Crusader's weaponry?
I shall do this.
You would quest for the holy panoply of Pelinal Whitestrake? The legendary relics that have been sought by mighty warriors throughout the ages?
Sure.
Are you a worthy knight?
I've no claim to fame.
A humble heart is a good starting point. The gods will decide if you are worthy to seek the relics.
How can I find these relics?
The gods grant insight to those they deem worthy. Why and how they act is not predictable. What I can tell you is that, traditionally, knights who wish to quest for the relics would walk the pilgrim's way. Travel to the way shrines of the 9 divines. Pray to each of the gods in turn, and ask their favor upon your quest. If the gods deem you worthy, you will be granted a sign. Go forth with the 9's blessings.
Oh, get a map. I've already been the one.
May the 8 and 1 guide your steps.
Thank you very much. But I want to know what I just did. What does it do? Alrighty. Well, our librarian quest has gone up to 2 levels. Well, that'll make it easy. We could do that once I get my card. If you so wish to repent of your sins and rededicate your life to the gods, pray at the way shrines of the 9. May the 9 hear your prayers and look upon you with the tender loving kindness. I'd never used this before. I thought it was just a goose chase. But that... Yeah, I hear you. It's something I'll be referring to often.
O people of Cyrodiil, who will walk the pilgrim's way, has even blessed. Go ahead, please.
I didn't say anything.
By the time we got there, it was too late. We have no idea how they got in or out without any of our patrols seeing them. I understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
Yep.
Bye.
You have a good day, sir. I think we have to wait a little while longer. That is a nice looking structure.
Well met.
Are you following me? Just 'cause I'm dressed like this. Yep, he's leaving. He's not a conjurer spy. I can just keep doing this. I want to get my restoration up. This is how everyone does it, right? Ah, there's stone chairs. I can sit on them, right? No, I thought I could sit on it. Mages Guild? Alright, I'll give it a break. Oh, I can enter. You can join the Mages Guild by visiting a guild hall. Hello? Hello? Nice candles. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah, just pull up your book. Are you on Facebook?
Hello there. Is there something with which I can assist you? Perhaps you're curious about joining the Mages Guild.
Yes, I am. But tell me about Anvil.
The Anvil Mages Guild is proud to follow the example Hannibal Traven sets for us. Mastery and scholarship, free of the dark arts. Archmage Traven is the first to take such a hard stance on necromancy. It upset more than a few people.
Alright.
As long as you're not a wanted criminal, there's a place for you in the guild. Are you interested?
Yes, I am very interested.
All right, then. You're now an associate of the Mages Guild. Congratulations! You'll need to receive a recommendation from each local guild hall in Cyrodiil to advance in the guild and be given any sort of responsibility. They can be done in any order, but they must all be sent in to the council before you can enter the Arcane University.
We'll get around to that. Mages Guild Charter. Ooh, another read.
Archmage Traven was right to ban necromancy and place restrictions on the addition of new members to the guild. He's served us well.
Arcane Uni.
Archmage Traven has closed the doors of the university to all who are not qualified to enter. A wise decision, in my opinion. It's in the Imperial City. Perhaps someday you may be able to visit him there. He's done wonderful things for this guild.
Sounds like you might have a thing for him. What can you train me in?
Knowledge is power.
Illusion. Oh, it costs a bit, doesn't it, okay? No, thank you.
Bye.
Now, let me find a chair. Why is this? Oh, I can read all this. Why did you give me the chance to do this? Why did you let me do this? I can get an alembic and a retort. I'm going to do so much potions. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, I've got to... Probably should have remembered that I actually need ingredients, don't I? Now, where's the... We'll sit down. So we're nice and comfortable. That's a nice picture. Mages Guild Charter. How many pages? So it's a short read. So, allow me to take this short bit of time to read another book. Because it's story time. This may become a regular thing. Imperial Charter of the Mages Guild. Guild of Mages. 1. Purpose. The Guild of Mages provides benefits to scholars of magic and establishes laws regarding the proper use of magic. The Guild is dedicated to the collection, preservation, and distribution of magical knowledge with an emphasis on ensuring that all citizens of Tamriel benefit from this knowledge. 2. Authority. The Guild of Mages was established on Somerset Isle in the year 230 of the Second Era by Vanus Galeron, or Vanus Galeron. Galeron, probably. Galerion. And Rolis XII. It was later confirmed by the Guild's Act of Potentate Versailles Shire. 3. Rules and procedures. Crimes against fellow members of the Guild are treated with the harshest discipline. Whether a member may regain their status in the Guild is determined by the Archmage. Addendum. Effective 3rd Era 431 or 3E. Any guild member committing a crime against the guild is to be suspended immediately. The suspension may be lifted at the discretion of the steward of the Council of Mages. Any guild member receiving multiple suspensions may, at the determination of the Council, be summarily and permanently dismissed from the guild. Number 4. Membership requirements. The Guild of Mages only accepts candidates of keen intelligence and dominant will. Candidates must exhibit mastery of the great schools of magic, destruction, alteration, illusion, and mysticism. Candidates must also display practical knowledge of enchantments and alchemical processes. 5. Applications for membership. Candidates must present themselves to the steward of the guild hall for examination and approval. Addendum. Effective 3E 431. As per Archmage Travern, all candidates for membership in the Guild of Mages must be approved by all presiding guild hall stewards, with said approval submitted in writing to the Council of Mages in a timely manner. Addendum. Effective 3E 431. As per Council mandate, sale of spells in the Imperial Province is to be redistributed across guild halls. The following halls are to be responsible for each school of magic: Alteration, Shading Hall; Conjuration, Coral; Destruction, Skin Grab; Illusion, Gravel; Mysticism, Laowian; and Restoration, Anvil. That's why we went here. And there we go. That's it for that. Now that I'm a mage, I'll use Rover. No, I want Rover Deflection on. Now, what have I got? Mages Guild and 9 Divines. What does it let me do? Hang on, I went to the wrong spot, I think. Did I go to the wrong spot? Yeah, I did go to the wrong spot. I was looking for that. Well, it allows me to go into these places and the... yeah, that. Either way, that's probably long enough. So, if you've enjoyed it, punch a billy. If you enjoy what I do, punt the billy. Give it a good kick. Kick it hard. But for now, that's all time I've got. Who knows, maybe in the next video I'll be a bit longer. But if you enjoyed it, but that's a good thing. So thanks for watching, have a fantastic day, and be sure to tune in next time. Cheers!
Arr!